We have a hard time every morning just getting the camera adjusted. I have messed with this camera trying to get it level. I just hate it when it is not level.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Mary.
I'm Linda.
And we're Pinky Mouse Sisters in the kitchen. And we're going to be doing a real easy dish today. But I am following the instructions and the measurements, just like the recipe calls for.
Those pork chops are beautiful.
Yeah.
Mary.
This is,
They're center cut, right?
Yeah. No, they're,
Pork loin?
port loin.
Okay.
With bone in. And they're about a half an inch thick. This is what I've done. You can, whatever preference you want, but whatever thickness is determines how long you cook it.
Adjust the cooking.
Yeah. So anyway, it's what it is just herb pork chops with some carrots. That's what we're doing today. And so because it takes an hour and a half to cook them in the oven, I got up and I hacked the recipe, and I've already got 3 in the oven, and they'll be done by the time we get through showing you how to do it. So I've been cooking all morning. Not really, because it's really simple.
Did you get up early again this morning?
I did. I woke up at 4 o'clock. I actually woke up at 2, but I went back to sleep.
At 3.
And I just, it's just, you know, we just, the way we are, you know, we both that way. We get something on our minds, and we wake up, we start thinking about it and trying to plan it all out.
And once my eyes are open, that's it.
Well,
I don't go back to sleep.
makes me tired to think about it.
I'm going to be tired before the day's over, I guarantee you that.
I might get a nap this evening. I don't know if I will or not. I got up yesterday morning at 4 and I didn't get a nap. But what it is, because I did cook that, I went ahead and mixed up all the herbs together, but I will tell you what this is. This is what it looks like whenever I get it all together. So I'm going to give you the measurements. I put a half a cup, and this is for 6 pork chops. I put a half a cup of dried parsley leaves. I put 2 teaspoons of sweet paprika. Oh, I forgot about that. So turn it off. I was heating up my skillet and forgot about it. That's how, when I put something on the stove and I walk out and I forget. But it didn't have nothing in the skillet, so it's fine.
I just said it.
Thank you. That's what I.
You're welcome.
2 teaspoons of paprika. 1 teaspoon where's it at? Rubbed sage.
Sage is good on pork.
Yeah. And 1 teaspoon of thyme. 1 teaspoon of mustard, ground mustard, and a teaspoon of pepper, and a half a teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of oregano. Now that's what this is here. And I just put it all together, mixed it up. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle it. I rub it into this pork chops on both sides.
Are you ready for me to start?
Yeah, you can
chopping
go ahead,
onions?
Linda. She's
just
gonna
using the
slice some.
mandolin.
Yeah, she's gonna slice some onions. Let's get it where they can see you better. That mandolin sure does come in handy. It sure is good to.
I know. You can go through an onion or potato
Yeah.
or anything in just seconds.
All right. Linda, you know what I was thinking about this morning whenever I couldn't go to sleep? I was thinking about the game we used to play when we was kids. You remember that game, Red Rover, Let It Come Over?
I sure do.
That's what we, now what, is that chopping it? Is that slices?
It's slices.
Okay, all right. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands before I put it on that pork. I've washed my hands all morning there. I'm gonna do it again.
That was one of the games that we played a lot.
We played that a
when
lot.
We were,
And Mama would always say, youngins, be careful throwing that ball, don't hit a window. Some of you that don't know what that is, we throw a ball. It's a rubber ball,
Yeah.
a rubber ball. We'd have 2 or 3 on one side of the house and 2 or 3 on the other side, and we'd say, Red Rover, let it come over. And we would throw it over
the house.
Over the
And
house.
our was not.
Yeah.
It was tall.
Well, it was 2 stories. It wasn't. Well, it was 2-story
Yeah,
too,
it
because
was.
we had upstairs bedroom. Anyway, and then the other team would catch it. Would when we send it over. And I'm sure a lot of y'all probably played that game too.
And the other thing that we played a lot was badminton.
Yeah.
And I
That's
love badminton. We didn't have street lights. We didn't have sidewalks. Our road wasn't even paved.
No, no.
And we didn't put the net up in the road, but we played in the
Yeah,
road in front of the house, and we played till dark.
Yeah, we did.
In the summertime, we played till dark.
And you think about kids nowadays, all they want to do is stay in the house and play video games. It's just, I don't understand that.
It's a total different time.
Yeah, it is. But, hey, us parents, we're part of the reason we buy it for them. But that's what they want, you
And the
know?
boys would go to the city pond a lot,
Yeah.
way back behind the pasture,
Right.
and they would swim. And we never learned how to swim. Mama didn't want us
I didn't
swimming.
never learn. The boys did. We
Now,
didn't.
did you tell me to scrape the back of this?
I
with a
do.
knife?
Now I don't know if y'all do that or not, but I take the back of a knife and because I don't want to peel the carrots because I don't want all that good the good stuff. But I just kind of lightly scrape it just to make sure everything in them little grooves. You know, if there's any dirt or something in it, we wash them. But that's just me. You don't. I know that scraping off some of the what do you call it?
Nutrition.
Yeah.
Nutrients.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, I won't wash my hands and I'm not even through. That just tells you I washed my hands and not without even thinking that I needed to. I hadn't even patted it on here yet.
And you said you want each one cut in about thirds, right?
Yeah, please. Yeah, that looks good. Show them what you're doing.
So I'm cutting it at an angle. Let me move this. I'm cutting, just scrape the back of them, and I'm just cutting these at an angle.
Okay. I got all that on there. Now, like I said, that recipe does 6 pretty good sized pork chops. So I already done the other one. Now I've got to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in a large pan.
Here, do you want this other end angle too, or just leave it like it is?
What other end?
This end. You want to just leave it like it is, or
It doesn't matter. It
we'll
doesn't
lose
matter.
part of it if we do?
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
Okay. Can
All
I
right.
just put it in with the onions?
Yes. No. I don't put the carrots. The onions goes in
In the
separate.
skillet? Okay.
Okay.
Think
All
about
right.
that.
Now I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of oil in the pan.
Now, we played board games in the house in the wintertime when it was cool and we couldn't get outside. We played board games, but I'm going to tell you something about Mama. There was never a dice or whatever you call them in our house. When they come in the game, she took them out.
Yes, you did.
And we made little wheels with construction paper, and we spin the little wheel. She would not allow us to have dice in our house.
You're right. Okay. I'm getting my skillet hot, and then I'll put the pork chops in there. And honestly, the reason I'm doing this in a skillet, you're supposed to do it, which I could in this skillet, because this skillet actually goes in the oven, and I may do it anyway. A Dutch oven. Because you want to cook it in something that you can take it and put it inside the oven. So whether it's a Dutch oven or like I've got a skillet that goes, the Pepper Chef skillet, you take the handle off and put it in the oven. So turn your oven at 325 and you cook them for an hour and a half. So as soon as my oil gets hot, I'm gonna put these pork chops in there and I'll bring the camera over there and show you.
So you're cooking it on not a hot oven, so that's why it's
No,
cooking for
exactly.
for a longer time.
Yes.
Okay, here's your carrots, and I'll get this out of the way.
Now, if you don't like some of these herbs, you know, some herbs you may not care for, and just leave them out. Just leave them out. I don't care for rosemary, so I did not put no rosemary in this.
I had that in the
Oh, it was
steak
good,
the other
Brenda.
day.
It was good, but this food that I'm eating has a lot of rosemary in it.
You didn't want any extra.
I don't want it when I don't have to have it, I'm telling you. And that's another thing I did this morning. some of the food that I'm eating, you cook it in the microwave, just little quick snacks, but it has rosemary in it and a lot of spices. And Linda, I don't know, you ever cook anything in your microwave and it make it have an odor? I've never had a microwave that smelled.
Bacon, when you cook bacon, you can smell bacon in the microwave, but it goes away.
Yeah.
It's not
well,
something
this
that stays.
because I was cooking in it every day, and it's rosemary and basil, and it kind of had that smell when I opened my oven, my microwave, and the microwave was clean, but it was just that smell. Well, I put me 2 or 3 tablespoons of baking soda and a cup of water in a bowl this morning, and I cooked it for 2 minutes, and that microwave don't smell no more. So in case you want to make your microwave smell better, put some water and baking soda and cook it.
That's a real good tip.
That steam from that baking soda, it cleans those vents and things. So hey, I can't stand anything that smells or has an odor to it. So I need more.
This may be too hot, Mary. That's hot on.
Oh, okay. Well, I doubt it. My hot water don't get hot like yours. Your water's so hot you can't.
Yeah, Mike keeps ours
Yeah,
at 140
he does.
degrees.
He sure
And it
does.
will burn you.
Yeah, I'm going to move this so y'all, in case it's bothering y'all, can see. This is something else. It's got some garlic in it too. All right, now let me move the camera over here so y'all can see what I'm doing.
I'm just going to wash these dishes, Mary, while you're doing
Oh, okay. All right. See, I got 3 pork chops in there, and I probably could have got all 6 of them in this skillet. I probably could have, but I wanted to show y'all how to do it. So I got 3 in the oven, and I'm cooking 3 here. Oh, something must have fell down in there. Come on. I have to use this one over here.
Do you need something to...
I don't know what that was. Something. I must have spilled something in there this morning.
Must have been a little bit of oil or something, maybe.
I must have dropped some oil in there or something because
It's burning off.
okay, all right. All right. I was supposed to put some baking soda on it.
Get a little excitement going in.
Yeah. Oh, turn it over here on this other burner. I cooked on that burner this morning. I must have dropped something in there when I cooked this
We've
morning.
always been very, very, very particular about fire stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And, I think we told this before, but when Mary was, how many months pregnant were you with Linda?
Oh, yeah. Let me see. I must have been about 5 or 7 months. No, I was probably about 5 months because I was sitting in the recliner for a long time.
Somebody called you, didn't they?
Yes,
And she lived out in the country.
It was Carolyn Bryant. She called me. And our phone back then, it was
a wall
phone, and it was in the bedroom. So I went to the bedroom to answer the phone, and I didn't think I was going to talk but a minute, and forgot that I had a skillet of grease on the stove. So I was talking to Carolyn, and I heard some crackling because our cabinets and walls were pine.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, they were pine.
And you were several miles from a fire department.
Oh, yeah. We was
out
way
in the
out in the country. But anyway, I heard crackling, and I just threw the phone down and screamed. And she called the fire department, but she didn't know what I said. I forgot. I said something that let her know that my house is on fire.
And
So
what do you think Mary does? Mary's in there 5 months pregnant trying to put this house fire out by herself.
well, see, there was a window there close to the stove, and it caught the curtains on fire. And that's why. And then it just went on up the wall. It started just the whole wall. I mean, that pine walls were just burning.
It was very scary, especially for your kids.
I started grabbing my pictures and getting stuff out that I wanted. After I couldn't put it out, I tried. I was grabbing everything, and of course the neighbors got there pretty quick because Carolyn, Carolyn called everybody, I guess.
Everybody knew everybody
yeah.
around in the neighborhood.
And they told me to get out of there. But it didn't burn the house down. It stayed in the kitchen. So the fire department got there pretty quick to be
Yeah.
out in the country like that.
They did, because it could have easily burned
Yeah.
down.
Just had to rewire the whole house. And had new cabinets, new stove, new vent, you know. So anyway, I haven't had a real good experience with fire. You think I'd learn and not walk away, but
Ooh, that looks good.
I'm over.
Getting a good crust on them.
Yeah, I'm just searing them more like because they're gonna cook in the oven. And let me get another paper plate to put them on.
So you take them out before you do the onions
take them
in,
out
right?
and put the onions and the garlic in. Yes.
Did you want me to wash them carrots again, or are they all
No,
right?
they're fine. You wash them
Okay.
and scrape them. They're fine. We put that in last.
Okay.
The onions and the garlic goes in next. You can use that garlic press. When we get ready, you can just squeeze it out into here.
Okay, and just
Yeah.
fill it? Okay.
Yeah. And we use the same pot, like I said. But Dutch oven is what you actually supposed to cook it in. But anything that you can put in the oven for a long time with the lid. But
And I think our lids are good. Are they good?
I don't know, Linda.
Is it 300 something degrees, or is it?
I'll have to check to make
something?
sure because this is 325.
I think it's good. I think 325 is
Yeah.
fine. Put the lid on.
Yeah. And I could, once I take everything out of that other pot, I could just transfer it over into the Dutch oven.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to show y'all the end result whenever. In a few minutes, I'll show you because it should be done
It sure
in about
smells
15
good.
minutes.
Smells real good. When I walked in the house this morning, it smells so good.
The pork chops, you're searing them pretty good, so it's just all that
Yeah.
aroma and broth and stuff that makes it
And that Dutch oven with that lid on it, is that
seals
that
it.
helps
Yes,
it
it
too.
seals it in.
Helps it a
It
lot.
sure does. Well,
So I'm excited that next week we'll be in September.
me too, Linda. I am
And
too.
have you been watching the weather?
Yeah, it's going to rain this week. That's all I know.
I think it's going to be from that storm that's coming in
Yeah.
on the Gulf.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get several days of rain.
I've got to. My son's supposed to be. He's supposed to mow yesterday, and Braden had his birthday party, and my son, he doesn't handle things on the last minute, and I forgot to tell him that we was going out to eat, and so I messed his mental thought up, and so he wasn't able to mow. And he has to stay to a routine. So he said, "Mama, if you don't ask me to do anything tomorrow, I'll get the yard mowed."
Was Braden 15 or 16?
Braden was 16.
16.
Can you
Mike asked me
believe
last
that?
night. I said, he's got to be 16 because
Yeah.
Nathan's 17.
Yeah, he is.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. Okay, I'm on. You cook these about 2 minutes on each side. I might have cooked them a little bit longer, but that's about all it takes. I'm gonna take them out.
Are you ready
All
for
right.
these?
Yeah, just put them onions in there. Here, where you go? Just sauteing them. Yep. And then we put the garlic, and then 2 cloves of garlic. Now, what I'm telling y'all, this was about a cup of onions, but if you're doing both batches, it'd be 2 cups of sliced onions and 4 garlics, and we're doing 2 in each because
And we're using the
use
garlic press
right.
here.
You want to show them?
I put the garlic inside there. Y'all probably know what a garlic press is. Well, that's hard, Mary.
Well, I did it this
Okay,
morning.
I got it.
Okay.
I probably had too much in there.
Yeah, you probably did. Here, let me get a fork and you probably did. You put
Yeah,
both?
I had 'em
You
all
put
in
them all
there.
in there. Yeah, I done one at a time, but that's okay.
Yeah,
that's
we,
all right.
we got it all.
That's fine. And I'm just gonna stir these onions up and let them saute for a few minutes, for about 2 minutes, just till they kind of get a little bit soft.
Where's your little utility brush? I'm going to show them how I do this. Is it in
No, it's in that other drawer, that top drawer over there. Yeah. So
This little brush is your friend.
that's showing what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna clean up here. I'm gonna see it's two edges, so you can do one to get them all out, and then you can do this to the other. I use this brush all the time. Do you, Mary?
No, I don't.
I do.
But
Kind of
I will for that garlic press, because I was cleaning out this morning, and I was having a hard time getting them little holes clean, and didn't even dawn on me to use that little brush.
Yeah,
That brush comes with what, Linda?
it comes with the Rapid Lip Prep mandolin
Oh, that's right.
to help clean it.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. I'm gonna turn it up just a tad. I'm using a different burner than I'm used to using. It's gonna get this a little bit softer. Okay. Yeah, I did. That's good.
It's got it right out there. You can use them for so many different things. I use
Yeah.
it to clean around the stove with.
Okay. Let that saute just a little bit longer. Get the onions a little tender. And I'm gonna move back this way a little bit so y'all can see us better. Well, the carrots, we're gonna put the carrots in there next. It's about 5 total carrots, 5 or 6. I think I used 6 carrots. I put 3 in the other one, and then we cut up 3 on this one. You cut them into about 1 or 2 inches long, slanted like this, and
I am so excited about our website. Every day, I
We're
cannot-
just getting
I cannot
antsy about
wait.
that, aren't
I
we?
cannot wait to get this up and running.
all right.
Those look good. It smells good too.
I just turned it up. I think they're tender. I just want them kind of soak in that oil a little bit, and then I'm gonna. Well, then we put these carrots in there.
And do you need a pot holder to put over there when we take this out?
We will. Then you put broth. Then you put 2 cups of broth into this. I made my own broth. I make it out of. It's 1. That's a little bit more than 2, but it ain't gonna hurt. It just makes I put about 2.5 in there. I knew I cooked a little bit more broth than what I needed, but I like a lot of broth because,
Now, did you make that out of ham base or
I
chicken?
made it out of that chicken base.
Chicken base? Okay.
Chicken base, yeah.
The tones?
Yeah. I put 4 teaspoons of this with 4 cups of water. Takes 1 cup per teaspoon. And when this gets to boiling, you know what? I forgot to get the lid out to that. I'm gonna get the lid out.
Yeah, I would have got that for you.
All right. Well, this may not even be the lid, but I think it is. Yeah, I'm gonna knock it off though, because I don't use it that much.
That's a very big skillet.
It is a very big.
And this one is deeper than
Yeah, it is.
the other skillets that go with this.
So
set.
this would actually work perfect. I'm just gonna let it cook for about 10 minutes.
Are you through with these? With this?
Yes, I'm through with that. I'm gonna let that cook about 10 minutes. And I think it just kind of helps the carrots, get the carrots started a little bit.
Mary, we have so many people that ask us about certain recipes, and we have people that email us. I get a lot of emails. You come back over here a little bit. No, you come up a little bit closer to me so they can see both of us.
Okay.
And you know, we don't mean to let things fall through the cracks, but sometimes they do, and I don't want anyone to feel like if we don't answer you back on email, we do really try to, but sometimes we let them slip. And there was a lady that I did that to, that emailed me about a month ago, and I honestly thought I had emailed her back, and I didn't.
They get lost. We get so many emails.
I apologize about that, and I did to her too. But people ask us to do certain recipes, and we're going to have a schedule for what we're doing from now throughout the end of the year and going forward from there, even into next year. So we know what we're going to be cooking. We will know when once we get up. We've started on it anyway. I'm not trying to tell a fib here, but we do plan to have at least a couple of diabetic desserts for y'all, and we're going to be, you know, doing the fall theme, you know, and then into the holidays. So just so y'all know, we're not ignoring you, and we're not wanting to answer your request, but I think what we're doing is going to cover a lot of what people have been asking for.
When we get this website up, we're probably going to give you, because we're going to be a month ahead every time. So we're going to know what we're going to be cooking in October, what we're going to be cooking in November. So I think each month, are we going to give them a heads up at the beginning of the month?
And
what
if they
we're going to cook for that month
with us,
and then you can cook along with us,
or have the ingredients to cook for their supper that night, or dinner, whatever y'all call it. We call it supper.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that it is hard to say a little bit and not tell you everything, but we're hoping that this is going to benefit a lot of people, and that it's going to make y'all want to watch us more and want to share us more with your friends too.
Anyway, we're excited about it. I just hope that y'all excited as we are. Once we get it up, I know we just keep talking about it and not getting nowhere with it, but we
are getting somewhere.
All I know is we're doing what we're supposed to do, and the people that's doing it is I don't know if they're working on it or if they're just putting us next level. I don't know, but they promised it'd be soon.
Well, we only have a couple more steps being finished, I believe, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's what I understand too. Just a couple more things. They've got it. They have, what do you call it? Proofread. We have to.
It's revisions.
We have to. Yeah,
and we've done the first one, and then we have one more, and then one other thing before we can go live.
All right. Now I'm going to put. Now I'm putting the pork chops.
Does this need to be over here?
It's whatever you want to. It doesn't matter. All right. Now we're going to put the pork chops back in here.
You're going to use that good juice?
Yes. I'm going to put that juice where the pork chops are sitting there draining. Pork chops are done. That tells me right there there's no blood. It's just good spices. Just put that in there. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
And now is the time that you put the lid on it and put it in the oven. I'm gonna turn this off because we're gonna get what's in the oven out. So I'm gonna pull it. So I'll tell you what. I'll hold the camera. Are you gonna pick it up?
Yeah, I'll pick it up for you, and we're gonna put it.
We're gonna put it there, and I'll follow you with the camera. Okay. That's heavy, so please be careful. Do you need 2 pot holders?
No, I got it. Don't pick this up by yourself without.
I'm gonna put that in the oven in a few minutes.
My brain. Woo, that looks good.
Let's see.
Y'all see, there's no juice on the lid. It all goes back down in the pot. Man, that looks good, Mary.
All right, I'm gonna. Would you hand me a plate, please, Linda?
Yes, I will. Just a second. I don't want to put this on your countertop.
Now, I tell you what you could do, and what I probably would do, if but I'm not going to do it, but y'all could if you wanted to. Take the broth out of this and make a little thin gravy. But I'm just going to use this, the broth. Yes.
Are you going to cook in this pan? You want me to take the lid off of it, or are you going to put it in here?
I'm just going to leave that like that until we finish.
Okay.
All right, let me get the tongs. Because I may put it back in here.
Do you think I need to wash them, Mary?
The tongs?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, well, I didn't know if that pork had cooked
well,
enough.
I think that pork
Okay.
is cooked.
That's
I'll get
good.
another one.
I'm sure
Okay.
they're okay. I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
mean
okay.
to interrupt you.
I got some more tongs. I just, all right, let me pick one of these up. Ooh, it's a tender. It falls off the bone.
That would be something Mama would love,
Wouldn't
have
she?
loved.
Yeah, because it just falls off the
Mama
bone.
always liked stuff that was
Yep.
cooked really good like that.
Put some of them onions over it.
That was delicious.
Doesn't it though? And that's not all I done this morning. I got up and made fresh mashed potatoes.
Oh my goodness. Do I need to move this over?
You could, Linda, if you don't mind. Just set it on the stove. Thank
Just
you.
put it on the stove? Okay.
Yeah, just put it on the stove. We're through with it. I was just going to show you how. Now this is mashed potatoes, and I didn't put no cream milk in it either. They are potatoes.
That's really good. Did you use Yukon Gold?
Yes, I did.
They're those that you can tell they're so nice
Yeah.
and pretty and gold.
Okay, and they're not. I done them this morning, so they're not piping hot. Will you wipe that up for me, please, Linda? That water.
Get another.
It's just water, but still, I don't like it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Isn't that beautiful?
There we are. It's potatoes, carrots, and pork chops
That's a beautiful meal.
with the onions on it. And, here, Linda, I'm gonna let you taste it. I don't think you're gonna need a knife. I'd give her a knife,
No,
but
I don't think
that
I
pork,
need
that
her.
pork chop just.
Oh, that's so tender. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Mmm. Those seasonings are delicious.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna taste the
Take a
seasoning
pair.
too. Yeah.
You don't need no knife.
No, you don't.
It's delicious.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
Mm. It's such a difference when you make real mashed potatoes. Don't use the box ones. They're so easy to make, and they're just. Mary, that is delicious. That would get a 5-star in a restaurant. That's really good.
And those seasonings really blend good together.
They do. Really delicious.
Well, Linda, I know our video wasn't very long. I knew
Well,
it.
some of them are long and some of them aren't, and this was just one that wasn't very long, but it was fun, and it's a delicious meal.
Real, you see, it doesn't take long, except for just putting it in the Dutch oven and letting it cook for a long time.
And these are herbed
It's herb pork chops.
pork chops.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
With the carrots and onions, and it's really delicious. So
Makes a
y'all
nice dish.
get in the kitchen and cook with your kids and grandkiddos, and count your blessings.
We love y'all.
We love you so much. Thank you very
Thank
much
y'all.
for following, and be sure to share us.
Yes. Have a blessed day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.